Welcome to the Vineet Loya Show. The goal of this podcast is to share the knowledge and wisdom I accumulated from various sources, such as listening to amazing podcasts, or watching creative videos, TV shows, and movies, or reading insightful books, or having meaningful conversation with people in real life. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did while creating it.
Shh. That's the universal sign for silence. And silence is really scary. And it is also very powerful. It is scary because it makes us feel uncomfortable. I still remember back when I was a kid, a lot of our teachers force us to be quiet or silent in the class. And it used to drive me crazy because it feels so uncomfortable. It goes against my nature in a lot of ways, even though I'm relatively quiet person. Still, I guess when you're silent, you actually are not really silent because you still have a lot of chattering in your mind. And that actually makes us feel uncomfortable. I guess there are layers of silences. The surface layer is obviously silence of words. And if you dive deeper, there is silence of entire body. And then there is silence of thoughts. And probably the deepest layer is the silence of everything, which is stillness. I think the silence of words is a skill set which anyone can acquire with a lot of practice. But the primary use or the primary value of practicing silence of words is that you will cultivate patience and focus. Because, first of all, if you're silent, then you will be able to listen to what somebody else is saying. And you will also be able to listen how they are saying. So the humans communicate in a very complex manner because it's not just about the words, but also the emotions added on the words. So that's why we have to make a lot of context. And I'm guilty of missing out on a lot of emotional words in the past, and that ended up missing out a lot of opportunities. But that being said, when you silence your mind and actually focus on what the other person is speaking, then you would be able to communicate and connect with that person at deeper level. So silencing yourself is an art. But if you dive deeper, silencing your body requires a lot of control. Like exercising is a silencing of body because when you lift the weights, you can feel that your body is going through a specific movement and not just reacting to the environment. So that's the total control you are building on your body. So in a way, it's silencing the body from behaving or acting naturally as it would in that environment. And one of the difficult part is silencing of thoughts. I don't have to tell you, probably you know this already, but our mind love to chatter. It love to imagine the past and the future and fantasize about everything. When you try to focus on the present and try to silence your mind, silence your thoughts, it could become very difficult and at times add to the uncomfortableness. And the deeper level, which I was referring earlier, was the stillness, which comes with lot of practice, I guess. And personally, I feel psychedelics is one of the tools which I use to practice stillness once in a while, because I feel when you're past the thoughts, past the the basic silencing of words, silencing of body, then you will find a stillness within yourself, a center for peace. An interesting fact, in Sanskrit, the words silence and peace have the same root. So silence is shant and peace is shanti. I guess that's why when we say rest in peace, we also imply rest in silence. Because to be honest, who knows what really happens after death or before birth? Probably there's just pure silence. Silence could also be used as a tool to torture someone because I myself have endured so much silent treatment. So that kind of shows you the weight silence have, as opposed to, let's just say, just outbursting yourself to someone who might have angered you or wronged you in some way. So silent treatment, that kind of shows you how deeply it can work on people in general. Silence is similar to dark. And I feel that because I practiced silent meditation for a week, or actually 10 days. And all those 10 days were very interesting because I was, quiet and silent throughout the days and just go in the meditation hall and practice for anywhere from 8 to 11 hours. And between those silent moments, I dive deeper into my inner self. And let me tell you one thing, if I was meditating for 11 hours, I probably actually meditated for an hour or so, because rest of the time my mind was going all over the place and I was just trying to bring it in the present moment. That is whenever I was aware that I was lost in my imaginations. And I've also practiced sensory deprivation. When I say practice, it's more like some sort of adventurous experience, because in sensory deprivation tank, you're enclosed within a tank and floating on an Epsom salt water. So basically, you're in a completely silent and dark space and floating on water, which after a while deprive all of your senses. And that's when you would be able to experience a part of stillness, if you are able to silence your mind, that is. But I feel that silence is one of the underused tool. And as an orator, I'm diving deeper into where I can use silence. Because if you look at speeches and performances of a lot of amazing performers, then you would see them using pauses effectively within their speech and performances. And those pauses actually make the performance more effective, more rich altogether. So those pauses is nothing but silence. So in a way, I feel that silence have more effect than the spoken words could, if used effectively. So try silencing your mind and see how you can cultivate this focus and patience within yourself.
Thanks for listening. I hope you find our one-sided conversation valuable. Kindly share it with people in your life. I would love to hear back from you. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Vineet Loya. Also check out my website vineetloya.com. Enjoy rest of your day and stay peaceful.